This is Atlantic Television Network Global News at 9 p.m. In the headlines, Wike wins as NWC approves Congress. PDP suspends Dino Melaye. Lawyer sues Tinubu over IGP's tenure elongation. NNPC suspends fresh petrol orders. China to raise retirement age for workers. Randy Waldrum resigns as Super Falcons coach. Cardi B gives birth to third child. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Ezenwo-Wike, has solidified his position in the People's Democratic Party leadership crisis as the National Working Committee endorsed the Rivers State Congresses. Wike's loyalists within the PDP NWC not only secured the approval, but also postponed the National Executive Committee meeting, originally set up for September 26th to October 24, which could have overturned the decision. The PDP NWC, led by Acting National Chairman Omar Damagum, made this decision during a meeting at the party's national headquarters, Wadata Plaza, in Abuja. The NWC meeting had been delayed for the past 3 weeks amidst rising tensions within the party, especially between the former Rivers State Governor Wike and the PDP Governors Forum over the status of Rivers State Party Congresses. The political conflict between Wike and current Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara escalated on August 24 when PDP governors publicly backed Fubara. PDP governors called for a review of the Rivers State Congresses and affirmed Fubara's role as the leader of the PDP in the state. But a senior NWC member, speaking anonymously, revealed that the approval of the Rivers State and other state congresses was granted and the NEC meeting had been rescheduled to October 24. The NEC meeting, originally set for August to address burning issues including Damagum's replacement, was first moved to September 26th because some members were traveling to Saudi Arabia for pilgrimage. It has been rescheduled to October 2024. Analysts have advocated on the need for the Rivers State judiciary and the state government to work in synergy according to the rule of law. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program Open Conversation, a social-political analyst, Nze Onze, maintained that the lingering feud between the judiciary and the current administration will as well hinder the delivery of governance to Rivers people.
Parallel line. So to a large extent, the people who are suffering it is the Rivers people. And if you present this very matter to the majority of the citizens of Rivers State, you discover that 90 or 95% of the people will stand with the governor.
ATN recalled the Rivers State House of Assembly said that Rivers State Investment Promotion Agency, recently constituted by Governor Siminalayi Fubara, is illegal. A different story. Police command in Rivers has apprehended 5 suspects over the alleged killing of Chief Ndidi Livingstone, a former Community Development Committee chairman in Bushim Rumeme, Obiakpo local government area. Commissioner of Police, Mr. Disu Olatunji, told newsmen in Port Harcourt that after the killing, the command launched a nationwide manhunt to apprehend the perpetrators. It would be recalled that Livingstone was murdered in front of his wife and son during a church service at his community in January 13. Olatunji said that the FID intelligence response team and the personnel of the command later identified 9 suspects, including the mastermind of the killing. He said that 5 of the suspects died from gunshot wounds obtained after attempting to resist arrest. The commissioner listed other suspects including Adebayo, 48 years old, Success Oge, 39, Namdi Emmanuel, 35, John Lucas, 34, and Sunday Gospel, 33. Others are Ifeanyi Nwadike, 30, Chigemezu Anochirimye Nya, 29, Chimezie Adele, 29, and Ogolo Promise, 25. Olatunji said that two AK-47 rifles, 2 SMG rifles, 1 assault rifle, a shotgun pistol, 10 magazines, and 105 rounds of live ammunition were recovered from the gang. Operatives of the IGP Special Task Force on Petroleum and Illegal Bunkering have once again made a significant breakthrough in the continuous fight against oil theft, illegal bunkering, and economic sabotage. According to Public Relations Officer, Force Headquarters Abuja, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, in a statement on Friday, said the milestone achievement was made after the operatives, in collaboration with the Department of Operations, River State Command, on 12th September 2024, made discovery of a storage facility in Trans-Amadi, Port Harcourt, River State, used in dealing and processing illegally acquired crude oil. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Adeolu Ogbetokun, had re-emphasized commitment of the task force to tackling every form of crime, criminality, and corruption, extending to those involved in economic sabotage. ACP Adejobi added that the force remains unyielding and will continue to bring these perpetrators to book. Angry mob has reportedly cut off the finger and nails of a wheelbarrow pusher, Abubakar Yusuf, after a woman accused him falsely of stealing her 400,000 naira. The incident happened in Sapele, Delta State. The mob beat the accused suspect to a stupor and poured fuel on him in an attempt to set him ablaze before the woman's relative confessed that she stole and hid the missing money. The Delta State Police Public Relations Officer SP Bright Edafe is yet to respond to a text message sent to him to confirm the reports. Meanwhile, rights activist Israel Joe has called on the Delta State Police Command to ensure that the wheelbarrow pusher gets justice. He insisted that the woman must be arrested for raising a false alarm, wrongfully accusing an innocent person and nearly costing him his life. Magistrate Court in Abuja has summoned Senator Monday Okpebholo, the All Progressives Congress governorship candidate for the 2024 Edo elections, to appear before it over alleged age falsification. He was charged with forgery and perjury. The suit filed by the PDP chieftain Honesty Agimbase on September 12th alleged discrepancies in the birth dates provided in the nomination forms Okpebholo submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission. Senator Okpebholo is to appear before Magistrate Abubakar Mukhtar on September 20th. Agimbase alleged that Okpebholo's 2023 Senate nomination form listed his birth date as 1970 March 29. He added that Okpebholo's 2024 governorship nomination forms contained August 29, 1970. In age declaration form, it was 1972 August. And the West African, and in his WAEC certificate, Agimbase also alleged that Okpebholo had August 1st, 1977 as his date of birth on his INEC voter's card. He stated that under Section 182.1, subsection D of the Nigerian Constitution, a conviction for offences involving dishonesty or fraud disqualifies a person from running for governor, raising questions about Okpebholo's eligibility if convicted. Analysts have expressed concern on the ability of the Independent National Electoral Commission to deliver its electoral mandates to the people following previous records. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program ATM Politics, a development analyst, Vincent Okoro, urged the people of Edo State on proactivity during the elections.
Election at any level in Nigeria they term it a litmus test of their own ability to deliver the expectation of the masses as far our latent democracy is concerned.
Exactly.
Now, the only thing that we can do, or the only thing that the people of Edo State can do right now, is to rely on the words of INEC and then see how they can hold them accountable for whatever will happen in Edo State as far as the core responsibility of INEC to deliver free and fair election in Edo State is concerned. The only onus is on the people.
Vincent also advocated for due process and electoral orderliness between INEC and the electorates.
That we give INEC, loopholes, the room to do what is abnormal or what is not normal as far the candidate preferred by the people, via the ballot is concerned. So what I'm trying to say is this.
Anambra State House of Assembly has again amended the state electoral law. This would be the third amendment this year. The amendment was passed during plenary, pegging the tenure of local government chairman and councillors at 2 years. According to Obi Nweke, Chairman House of Committee on Public Petitions, the amendment was necessary to avoid a lacuna in the future and ensure clarity in the local government system. The new law is coming just 16 days to the scheduled local government elections, which is built to hold on September 28, 2024. The law was cited as Anambra State Electoral Law Number 3, 2024, and takes effect from September 12, 2024. The implication of the new law is that both local government chairman and councillors will serve for 2 years, unlike the previous law, which specified only the chairman and deputy's tenure. The amendment inserts a new subsection 4 into section 110 of the principal law, dissolving the local government council at the expiration of a 2-year period, commencing from the date of inauguration. Police Service Commission has approved the appointment of 4 substantive commissioners of police for the Abia, Lagos, Ebonyi, and Akwa Ibom state commands. According to the PSC, these appointments follow the recent promotion of senior police officers, which created vacancies in several state commands. The newly appointed commissioners are Issa Danladinda for Abia State Command, Olarimaju Ishola Olawole for Lagos State Command, Anthony Adako Uche Aya FDC for Ebonyi State Command, and Mila Gajere Dantawai for Akwa Ibom State Command. Chairman of the commission, retired DIG Hashimu Agungu, urged the new commissioners to be committed to making a positive impact on the security management of their respective states. Agungu disclosed that the commission will monitor their performance, stressing that they should not waste time to hit the ground running. Lagos State government has announced a traffic diversion for emergency repairs of the Echo Bridge by the Federal Ministry of Works. The diversion is expected to start on Monday, September 16, 2024, and last for 8 weeks. The announcement was made in a statement by the State Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Osiyemi, on Friday. The Commissioner provided alternative routes for motorists to ease traffic congestion. He assured the public that Lagos State Traffic Management Authority officers will be deployed to the rehabilitation areas and along alternative routes to help minimize travel delays and inconvenience. In a different story, 2 wood merchants have been rescued and 2 others are missing after a boat capsized in Bodo Jego River in Ijofin, Ikpohia local government area of Ogun State. The victims, identified as one Ahohe Seido and Dogbon, alongside the survivors are Anwose Jimo and Ahohe Jimo, were to be transporting firewood to Benin Republic for sale. Confirming the incident, spokesperson of the Ogun Police Command, Omolola Odutola, said the command was informed about the incident by the survivors. According to them, their boat capsized due to an unexpected strong current, causing everyone on the boat to fall into water. Despite intensive search efforts by drivers, the bodies of the missing individuals have yet to be found. Odutola stated that investigations are ongoing to clarify the specifics of the boat accident and validate the statement made by the two survivors. Analysts have commended the food security and planned price control mechanism by the Ogun State government. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program, Atlantic Blowout, a socio-political analyst, Loveday Oporom, said he expects full implementation of the policy in order to regulate the prices of food items in the market.
Is a good one, and that is what the people need at this particular point in time. I believe other state governors will follow suit.
Oporom further highlighted possible challenges to the implementation of government policies.
Especially if they are of this, if they are coming from a background that has taught them how not to allow your subject, those you have brought on board, to outshine you or outsmart you. So you see a whole lot of bottlenecks, a whole lot of hindrances, being strategically positioned to affect that particular policy. So that's one challenge those of us in leadership we have encountered and we're still encountering, but it takes a very dogged and rugged.
This is coming as the Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun, announced plans to introduce a price control mechanism aimed at reducing the cost of foodstuffs in the state. Osun State Fire Service on Friday said 5 lives were lost in a fatal accident involving a gas tanker and a commercial bus that occurred in Ile-Ife, Osun State. Reports had it that many commuters were trapped in the accident, which happened along Ife-Ibadan Expressway. Spokesman for Osun Command of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Kehinde Adeleke, whose agency was among the first security agencies to arrive at the scene, said about 17 people were in the bus when the accident occurred. However, while providing an update regarding the accident on Friday, the spokesman for Osun State Fire Service, Ibrahim Adekunle, said 5 passengers, 2 male, 2 female, and a toddler were brought out of the wreckage dead. According to him, the remains of the deceased have been deposited at the morgue of the Obafemi Awolowo University Teaching Hospital in Ile-Ife, describing the incident as unfortunate and avoidable. The director of Osun State Fire Service, Mr. Ishmael Olani, sympathized with families of the deceased and the Ile-Ife community. Nigerian police force have confirmed the murder of a housewife identified as Rose Eniojo in Kogi State. ATN gathered that the deceased was killed by unknown individuals in Etikpolo Enyigba in Dekina local government area of Kogi State. Kogi State Police Public Relations Officer William Oveaya confirmed this to newsmen on Friday. He disclosed that one Muazu Mohammed has been arrested in connection with the crime. Kogi State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has suspended former senator from the state, Dino Melaye, from the party. Melaye was suspended by the PDP exco in Oyetoro Gbede, Ward 1, following his refusal to honor a summon. The Ward exco explained that Melaye was suspended for anti-party activities and alleged misconduct. The resolution to suspend the former Kogi West senator was taken by Ward Party Executive Committee during a meeting in Ayetoro Luagba, Ward 1 on Friday to review the report of the disciplinary committee set up to investigate alleged anti-party activities against him. It was signed by the Ward Chairman, Abayomi Osamika, and Ward Yodsin Dayo, Secretary. The suspension is in line with provisions of the Article 59, subsection 1 of the PDP Constitution, which empowers the Ward Party ESCOs to take disciplinary actions against erring members. Federal Road Safety Corps has confirmed the arrest of about 823 drivers in the Federal Capital Territory for allegedly beating traffic lights. Spokesperson of the FRSC, Olusegun Ogungbemide, who made this known in a statement on Friday, said the Corps also administered 923 fines and impounded 189 vehicles and confiscated 600 licenses and vehicle particulars for traffic light violations, zebra crossing, and other offenses in the nation's capital. According to the statements, the arrests were made during special enforcement operations, which commenced on the 2nd of September 2024. Recall that the Corps Marshal Shehu Mohammed had in September 2024 commissioned a special enforcement patrol tagged Operation Karara to tackle the menace of traffic light and zebra crossing violations in Abuja. According to FRSC, the operation, which targets to reduce the high incidence of traffic lights violations that contribute significantly to road crashes and gridlock in the nation's capital, is expected to actualize its mandate through speedy arrests and prosecution of traffic light violators, conduct of public enlightenment and education in traffic rules and regulations, as well as collaboration with other security agencies to enhance traffic management. Analysts have tasked the federal government on the need to ensure adequate compliance on agreed issues as it concerns the civil service. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program Society Watch, a public affairs analyst, Confidence Twadon, expressed grievances on the part of the federal government's inability to swiftly handle the demands of the academic staff union in Gombe State. In view of socio-political reform and national stability, Mr. Twadon maintained that consistency will as well boost civil input to the nation's economy if tackled properly.
We should really the federal government of Nigeria needs to have ways in which she should meet up with some of these agreements better, and not to go into agreement with these people and then not meet up with them. So the ASU group themselves, are right to go about demanding for what have been agreed or what is due them.
This is coming as the Academic Staff Union of Universities, Gombe State University, declared an indefinite strike following the failure of the state government to meet the demands. Nasarawa State Police Command has apprehended 12 suspected kidnappers involved in criminal activities across the state. Commissioner of Police Shehu Umar Nadada disclosed this, saying that recent measures implemented by the command have significantly reduced crime rates in the state and yielded positive results. According to Umar Nadada, the police identified several vulnerable areas where kidnappers are active, such as Lafia, Gandu near the Federal University of Lafia, the GRA Angwan Maitasa area, and Shabu in Lafia local government area. The commissioner stated that the recent murder of a 19-year-old Anas Zabairu, after a ransom of 17 million was allegedly collected, occurred in the project quarters area of Lafia local government area, pointing out that other areas of concern include Shinge and the 500 housing estates in Lafia local government area. He disclosed that patrols had been intensified across the areas of the combat criminal activities and ensure people went about their normal activities. Vice President Kashim Shettima on Friday visited the internally displaced persons camp in Gwada, Shiru local government area of Niger State. The Vice President's aircraft landed at the Ahmed Bola Tinubu International Airport in Minna. He was received by the Niger State Governor, Umar Badu, his deputy Yakubu Garba, and other top government officials. Thereafter, he proceeded to the IDP camp in Gwada, which has become a temporary home for many of the victims. He expressed his solidarity and support for the displaced persons affected by the recent surge in banditry and devastating floods that have plagued the region, Shettima expressed his deep concern for the people affected by those twin crises and reassured Governor Bago and the victims that the federal government remains committed to providing the necessary aid. The Vice President said efforts were being made to ensure that victims of both the banditry and flood disasters received the support needed to rebuild their lives. He further stated that the government is not only focused on immediate relief efforts, but also on long-term solutions to mitigate future occurrences of these disasters. Borno State Emergency Management Agency has rescued 3,683 people trapped in their homes following the severe flooding in Maiduguri. Director General of SEMA, Barkino Mohammed, made this known on Friday in an interview with newsmen in Maiduguri. According to him, about 2 million people were affected, and so far, SEMA has opened 14 official camps and many informal camps where displaced persons can go. He said the federal government has supported the state with 3 billion naira and food consignments. Federal government has announced plans for immediate commencement of upgrading the Alao Dam in Maiduguri, Borno State. This was disclosed in a press statement signed by the Director, Information and Public Relations at the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation, Fumi Imwetinya. The statement noted that the move is aimed at tackling the persistent challenges posed by the dam's overflow and making a permanent solution to the recurring flood disasters in the region. It said the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Utsev, made the commitment during his visit to Maiduguri, alongside the Minister of State, Bello Goronyo. The ministerial delegation, which included technical directors, water experts, agencies heads, and senior government officials, carried out a thorough assessment of the recent floods, which displaced residents, submerged farmlands and homes, and disrupted economic activities across Maiduguri. Kano State chapter of the All Progressives Congress has confirmed its participation in the October 24 local government elections in the state. The state chairman of the party, Abdullahi Abbas, made this confirmation in Kano. He said that the party would soon organize its primary elections to pave way for the emergence of candidates for the elections, and expressed optimism about the party's chances in the poll. According to him, the party was mobilizing its supporters to participate in the election across all the 44 local government areas of the state. He emphasized that Kano State historically was a stronghold for progressive politics, and the party's political machinery was in motion to secure victory. The chairman stressed the importance of a level playing ground, urging the State Independent Electoral Commission to ensure the smooth electoral process. He restated the party's commitment to free and fair elections. A different story, the Nigerian Army said its troops have captured a notorious bandit leader and rescued several kidnapped victims in aggressive operations across the nation. In a statement on its social platform, it said in Kaduna State, Berningwari area, troops stormed a terrorist hideout in Gobarawa Forest, forcing the criminals to flee in disarray on sighting the troops. However, it said the troops recovered an AK-47 rifle, 14 rounds of 7.6 mm, special ammunition, and 5 motorcycles abandoned by the fleeing terrorists. It said in Borno State, troops launched a deadly ambush on terrorists attempting to transit from Sambisa Forest to the Madari Mountains in Goza local government area. According to the statement, the Chief of Army Staff has commended troops for their unwavering commitment and urged them to sustain the offensive operations to flush out the terrorists and criminal elements from their enclaves. Gun battle between the military operatives and bandits have continued unabated following the murder of 2 soldiers along the Gusau-Funtau highway. ATN gathered that since the murder of the military operatives, soldiers have continued to engage the bandits on fire for fire operations, insisting they will not retreat nor surrender. We also learned that in parts of the state, soldiers have been stationed in strategic places waiting for the bandits to appear. One Usman Magazu told newsmen that at the Gusau-Funtal Highway, there was a serious gun duel between the military and the bandits, which lasted for several hours. According to him, villagers in the area no longer care about farming to save their lives. You're watching the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. We'll be back after this short break. Stay with us.
From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
Welcome back. This is the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. Now to the rest of our stories. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Nigerian Police Council have been dragged to the Federal High Court in Abuja over an alleged unlawful tenure elongation for the incumbent Inspector General of Police, Kayode Adeolu Egbetukun. An Abuja-based public interest litigation lawyer and human rights activist, Maxwell Okpara, who instituted the case, is contesting the legality or otherwise of the tenure elongation granted Egbetukun under the amended Police Act. Okpara in his suit is asking the court for an order of injunction restraining Egbetukun acting by himself or through his agents and servants from continuing to hold out, present and parade himself as the Inspector General of the Nigerian Police Force. The gross of the lawyer was that having regards to Section 9 of Chapter 2 of the Public Service Rules 2023, the age for compulsory retirement of Egbetukun as a public servant is upon attaining the age of 60 or having served 35 years of pensionable service, whichever is earlier. Listed as first to fifth defendants in the suit are Kayode Adeolu Egbetukun, Nigerian Police Force, Nigerian Police Council, the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the Federal Civil Service Commission, respectively. Meanwhile, no date has been yet fixed for the hearing of the suit. Former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi has said he is desperate to see Nigeria work. Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 election, spoke recently in a chat with newsmen. In the rumor that he may dump the Labour Party due to leadership crisis, the governor said he would be there, and if anybody is coming to negotiate or to come together, he must tell him what his purposes are. There are rumors that Rabiu Kwankwaso of the New Nigeria People's Party and Peter Obi may form an alliance ahead of the 2027 election. Federal government, through the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, boosted the distribution of auto gas subversion kits across states in Nigeria. This is geared towards accelerating conversion by commercial and private vehicle owners as government moves to achieve its targets on new automotive fuel transition. Speaking to the media on Friday at NIPCO CNG facility in Ogun State, a representative of the CNGI, Moses Onati, said about 10,000 kits are being moved to Abuja, Kaduna, Lagos, Oyo State, as following interventions by government to make the kits available for vehicles conversion. He added that the introduction of CNG as a fuel source aligns with the government's drive towards energy diversification and is designed to bring immediate relief to Nigerians, especially those who depend on transport for their livelihood. Onatia expressed excitement at the level of enthusiasm by the public since the exercise commenced. Speaking also, an engineer with NIPCO, Nwaudu, Austin Chinedu, confirmed that the company's warehouse is consistently stocked and distribution has been going on smoothly across the country. National Emergency Management Agency has revealed that 1,048,000 people have been affected by flooding in Nigeria between April and September 2024. Director General of NEMA, Zubaidu Umar, gave this report at the National Emergency Coordination Forum in Abuja on Thursday, stating that 625,000 persons have been displaced and 259 lives lost to the disaster. She sympathized with those affected and assured them that the federal government, through NEMA, would provide necessary support. Umar said the main reason for convening the meeting was to receive updates on the flood situation and assign roles and responsibilities to stakeholders, noting that although flood could not be totally prevented, efforts were being made to mitigate its impact. According to the DG, 29 states and 172 local government areas have been impacted by flooding, affecting 1 million persons, displacing 600,000, and resulting in 259 deaths. She emphasized the need for coordinated response to the disaster. Nigerian Meteorological Agency has advised governments, emergency managers, and relevant bodies to make use of weather forecasts for planning effectively. NIME's Director of Applied Meteorological Services, Glory Onyegbule, gave the advice to a National Emergency Coordination Forum organized by National Emergency Management Agency in Abuja on Thursday. Onyegbule said that NIMET is in its fulfillment of its mandate assured seasonal climate prediction for the entire country. According to her, the agency made stakeholders, particularly emergency managers, know what Nigeria's climate will look like in 2024 in terms of rainfall and other climate factors. According to Onyegbule, the current heavy flooding in Borno is evidence to climate change. She advised emergency managers to always act fast, adding that those responsible for dams should protect the integrity of the facility. Onyegbule said that flooding might continue to occur unless enough efforts are made early to take care of places on flood plains. Federal government has assured the public that Alao Dam in Borno did not collapse during the recent flooding, attributing the overflow to climate change and unusually heavy rainfall. Professor Joseph Utsev, Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, extended the government's condolences to the people of Borno during a press conference in Abuja on Friday following the devastating floods. The minister noted that earlier this year, a flood risk warning identified 31 states, including Borno, as high-risk areas. He said a team of technical experts from the ministry, various agencies, and the Chad Basin Development Authority were currently assessing the damage and working on solutions. Utsev warned residents about the risk of contaminated water and potential for waterborne diseases. He also warned the increasing threat of river flooding along the Niger and Benue rivers, urging all regions to stay vigilant and take proactive measures. Nigerian Air Force NAF officer, Flying Officer David Sangokoya, has been awarded the prestigious International Sword of Honor for 2023 at the Royal Air Force College, Cranwell, in the UK. This was announced in a statement shared on Facebook by the Nigerian Air Force on Friday titled NAF Officer Awarded 2023 International Sword for Honor at RAF College, Cranwell, UK. Flying Officer Sangokoya, who attended the Modularized Initial Officers Training course of 22 March-September 2023, was recognized as the best international cadet of the year. The award is presented annually to the most outstanding international cadets amongst those who completed the RAFCC's courses, which graduated up to 8 classes each year. The Sword of Honor was presented to Sangokoya by His Royal Highness Prince William on behalf of King Charles III during the Royal graduation ceremony held on September 12, 2024. Reacting to the officer's achievements, the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, congratulated Flying Officer Sangokoya, praising his dedication and hard work. Marshal Abubakar also noted the role of Sangokoya's family in his success, applauding their unwavering support and encouragement. Now on to business news. Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has imposed a fine of 1.69 billion naira on Abuja Electricity Distribution Company for overbilling customers. The penalty, documented in order, was issued on part of the Commission's September 2024 supplementary order. The regulatory document, signed by Vice Chairman Musiliu Oseni and Commissioner Legal and Licensing Compliance Dafe Akbeneye, was published on NERC's website. According to NERC, the fine is based on AEDC's non-compliance with the Commission's previous order on capping estimated billing for electricity customers. After investigating billing practices of the company, NERC identified that the company had overcharged customers from January to September, leading to the imposition of the fine equivalent, which is being charged equivalent to 10% of the overbilled amount. The regulatory document, titled September 2024 Supplementary Order to the Multi-Year Tariff Order 2024 for AEDC, outlined the reasons behind the fine and adjustment to AEDC's revenue requirements and tariffs. The Commission stated that it had approved the deduction of 1.69 billion from the total annual OPEX of AEDC effective September 2024, being 10% of the overbilled amount by AEDC for the period covering January to September 2023. As Nigerians grapple with the persistent fuel crisis, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company has suspended fresh petrol orders by shutting down its application portal for marketers. This drastic move comes in response to a substantial backlog that has yet to be cleared. Currently, marketers report that they are unable to access portal through which they typically apply to NNPC for petrol purchases. These marketers usually place bids for PMS via the NNPC portal, with payments processed through the same channel, often waiting months to receive the product. According to reports, independent marketers claim that NNPC owes them billions of naira, citing instances where they paid for fuel but received no deliveries after 3 months. Recently, representatives from the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria indicated that NNPC had seized loading trucks for its members, particularly following the recent rise of petrol prices. IPMAN members are responsible for operating over 70% of the nation's filling stations. They voiced their frustrations about NNPC's neglect, having settled payments for petrol nearly 2 months ago. In international tidbits, former United States President Donald Trump says he will not debate Vice President Kamala Harris again. Harris' campaign had challenged Trump to an additional debate immediately after their showdown earlier this week. However, Donald Trump told newsmen he probably would not agree to another debate with the network. He has now confirmed he would not debate Harris again. The former president cited what he characterized as a decisive victory in a contest widely viewed as having gone favorably for Harris. 25-year-old American man Therese Haspel has been sentenced to 40 years to life in prison for the murder of his former boss, Fahim Saleh, 33, in New York City. Saleh was the founder and CEO of Nigerian transport company Gokada. Co-founder CEO of Gokada, Fahim Saleh, explains his company's operations during an interview with newsmen. Haspel's sentencing followed his conviction by the New York State Supreme Court jury 2 months ago. He was found guilty of first-degree murder, second-degree grand larceny, and other charges. According to prosecutors, surveillance footage captured Haspel entering Saleh's apartment building in Lower Manhattan on July 13, 2020, and following him into the elevator. Upon exiting the elevator, which led directly into Saleh's apartment, Haspel deployed a taser against Saleh's back and repeatedly stabbed him in the neck and torso with a knife, resulting in his death. The district attorney office said that Haspel set up a PayPal account and a corporate bank account to funnel Saleh's money. Russia has expelled 6 British diplomats, accusing them of espionage and involvement in efforts to destabilize the country. According to a statement from the Federal Security Service on Friday, it claimed that the United Kingdom had been actively engaged in escalating global tensions and undermining Russia's internal stability. In a statement, the FSB said it had obtained documents confirming London's coordination of the escalation of the international military political situation. The agency further accused the UK's Foreign and Commonwealth Offices, Eastern Europe and Central Asia Directorate of spearheading subversive policies aimed at delivering a strategic defeat to Russia. The FSB noted that after the start of the conflict in Ukraine, companies transformed into an intelligence service working against Moscow, which led to the conclusion that British diplomats operating under its umbrella posed a security threat. In response, the Russian Foreign Ministry, in collaboration with other departments, revoked the accreditation of 6 employees from the British Embassy Political Department in Moscow. China said Friday it would gradually raise its statutory retirement age as the country grapples with a looming demographic crisis and older population. Hundreds of millions of people in China are set to enter old age in the coming decades, while the birth rate dwindles dramatically. The national population fell in 2023 for the 2nd year in a row, with policymakers warning of potentially severe impacts on the economy, healthcare, and social welfare systems if action is not taken. China's retirement age has not been raised for decades and has been amongst the lowest in the world. For women workers, the retirement age will be extended from the original 50 to 55 years to 55 and 58 years, respectively, depending on the type of job. The new rules will also allow Chinese people to postpone retirement to an even later date if they reach an agreement with employers. The move was based on a comprehensive assessment of the average life expectancy, health conditions, the population structure and level of education, the workforce supply in China. World Health Organization has for the first time pre-qualified an Mpox vaccine. The announcement came on the heels of the arrival of the first MVA-BN vaccines to the Democratic Republic of Congo, the epicenter of the epidemic. DRC has recorded nearly 22,000 cases and 716 deaths linked to the virus since January. So far, some 200,000 vaccine doses have been delivered to Congo by the European Union, along with about 50,000 from the United States. Mpox, previously known as monkeypox, is caused by a virus transmitted to humans by infected animals, but can also be passed from human to human through close contact. It causes fever, muscular aches, and large boil-like skin lesions, and can, in some cases, be deadly. On its X handle on Friday, the development is expected to speed up the access to jabs to fight an epidemic raging in Africa. And now on to entertainment news. Nollywood actress Mercy Johnson Okoje has come under fierce criticism on social media amid her public endorsement of Monday Okpebolo, the All Progressives Congress APC candidate in coming Edo State gubernatorial election. In a video circulating on the social media, the actress was seen campaigning for Okpebolo at a rally, calling on the crowd to support the APC candidate. In the video, she emphasized the need for change in Edo State, pointing to the lack of basic amenities such as electricity, water, healthcare, and security. The video has, however, triggered backlash on social media, with critics accusing her of supporting the national ruling party despite widespread economic hardship plaguing the country. Okpebolo is in the race against Asue Ighodalo of the People's Democratic Party and Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party, amongst others, in the September 21st election. Moving on, famous American rapper Cardi B has welcomed her third child with her estranged husband, Offset. This comes a month after Cardi B filed for divorce and requested primary custody of her children, along with child support from Offset. She first announced her pregnancy on August 1st, hours after filing for divorce from Offset. Announcing the news in an Instagram post, Cardi B shared pictures of herself on the bed with the baby alongside Offset and their two older kids, Wave 3 and Culture 6, at the hospital. Cardi B in December 2023, during an Instagram live session, confirmed separation from her husband. In sports, Falconets of Nigeria have bowed out of the ongoing FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in Colombia after losing to Japan. The Danjuma-led team lost to Japan by 2-1, with Olushola Sobowale scoring a consolation goal later in the encounter through a well-laid Goodness Sigwe cross into the box. The Japanese took the lead in the first half that was bereft of chances, with Miyu Mutsunaga converting a cross from Rihona's pass in the 33rd minute. Things did not change in the second half for Nigeria as they allowed their opponents to control the tempo and dictate the play. It didn't take long before Japan added another through Maya Hijikati in the 63rd minute. However, Nigeria tried to add a second to take the match into extra time. It was already late as Japan ran off winners. It's another devastating end of the campaign for the Falconets, who have not gone past this round since they lost in the finals to Germany in 2014. Van der Waldrom has resigned as the coach of the Super Falcons after 4 years in charge. His resignation was contained in a letter dated September 12th. The gaffer cited health issues of wife as the reason he is resigning from the job. Van der Waldrom, who assumed office, the role of the coach, in 2020, guided the team to the semi-finals of the 2022 Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco. He also led the record-breaking African champions to an impressive performance at the 2023 African Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, where they captivated fans before being narrowly eliminated by England on penalties in the round of 16. Chelsea's Senegal striker Nicolas Jackson signed a 2-year contract extension on Friday that will keep him at Stamford Bridge until 2023. Blues boss Enzo Maresca revealed earlier this season that Jackson had agreed in principle to extend the 8-year deal he signed after joining from Villarreal in 2023. The Premier League club, having now rubber-stamped the contract, saying on Friday, Chelsea is delighted to announce Nicholas Jackson has signed a 2-year contract extension until 2033. Jackson has scored 2 goals in 4 appearances this season as he looks to bounce back from a disappointing first season with the Blues. Jackson began his professional career at Senegalese team Casa Sports and moved to Spain's side Villarreal in 2020. His breakthrough season at Villarreal came in 2023/2022 season, where he scored 13 goals in 38 appearances in all competitions and was included in Senegal's 2022 World Cup squad. Moving on, Al Nassr's striker and former Juventus striker Cristiano Ronaldo has achieved a milestone, reaching a total of 1 billion followers across all social media platforms. Cristiano Ronaldo shared the news with fans via a post on Thursday night, making historic moments in his career. Reflecting on his journey from his humble beginnings in Madeira to becoming one of the most recognized athletes in the world, Ronaldo expressed gratitude for the unwavering support of his fans. His achievement comes shortly after another remarkable defeat, as the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner recently scored his 900th career goal. The Portuguese legend, who continues to break records both on and off the pitch, concluded his post by assuring fans that the best is yet to come and vowed to continue pushing boundaries and making history together. Ronaldo's 1 billion followers further cement his status as one of the most influential and celebrated figures in the world of sports and beyond. And that's where the global news for tonight ends. Before we go, another look at the major stories. In the headlines, we told you that Wike wins as NWC approves Congress. PDP suspends Dino Melaye. Lawyer sues Tinubu over IGP's tenure elongation. NNPC suspends fresh petrol orders. China to raise retirement age for workers. And the Wardrum resigns as Falcons coach. Cardi B gives birth to a 3rd child. I am David Obasi, thanking you so far for staying with us. Stay connected with us on our social platforms. Twitter at Atlantic TV Net. Facebook and YouTube at Atlantic Network Television. Instagram at Atlantic TV Network. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for staying with us.
From life across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis,